Hello there, Rhinohorn125, and today I'm going to be doing a somewhat long-awaited review on the God of War Kratos, Ghost of Sparta, from God of War 3, 7-inch action figure. It can be used for both, but we will look at size comparison in this video. So, getting this in the box, I will actually show you the box. Just to say, when I got this on Amazon, it was, this I actually did because I thought I had to cut it that way, but it was somewhat kind of smushed, and I'm assuming it came from far, from somewhere. I didn't really check where it was coming from, but it has some damage here and there, but it did not damage the figure, and that I'm proud of. But it's a little frustrating because this is one of those nice boxes that would be nice to keep, but I'm not completely sure if I will be keeping it, because I can still put the figure in there, but it kind of sucks it's a little damaged. But anyway, let's take a look at the box. First off, says God of War 3 right here. Sony down there, nice picture here of Kratos' eye. Side here, just God of War 3, it's Neca. And on the side here, some pictures of the figure in different poses, with his weapons in hand. And then on the back, another nice picture of the figure right there, which I actually originally thought that right there was a image from the game, and same thing with that and that. So, they did fantastic. I know you can see the articulation, but I didn't notice it at first when I just kind of looked at it. But yeah, this figure does look very great. Right here, armed with his deadly double chain blades, Kratos will take on mythology's darkest creatures to destroy Olympus and mighty Zeus himself. Bonus features: 31 points of articulation, 2 interchangeable heads, 2 blades of Athena, 2 Nemean Cetus. I'm not very good with some Greek words, and boots of Hermes. So that one. I'm pretty sure I just completely butchered that word there, but yeah. So you guys can give me crap in the comments if you want. But you can open this up, and it has nice anatomy thing. I really do love this, which is why it sucks that the package is somewhat damaged. I'm pretty sure I'll keep it. It's just a shame that it's not in perfect condition, but the figure looks to be perfect. So, yeah, you get a nice look at him in there with his angry face and all of his weapons and his 6'6" glory. Obviously, he's 7-inch, probably over a little 7-inch, my guess. I will be doing size comparison to completely find out. But, yeah, very happy to get this figure. So, without further ado, let's get him out of the box. Okay, so here Kratos is out of the box in all his glory. When I did get him out, I only noticed one problem, is that this little bottom teeth came out of this, which they can be placed in there. It didn't necessarily break, but it's very hard to place back in. So I'm probably going to end up actually having to put a little super glue in there and putting that in. So not really a big problem, really no complaint there. It's not that big a deal at all, because they're not really broken, actually. They just kind of come out. I don't know why they would have them come out, because it's not snapped or anything. But, it did. So, first of all, let's take a look at his accessories. So, first things first, here is his extra head, which is just more of his angry-looking head, I guess I would say. Just slightly less angry than this one, because Kratos doesn't really ever smile. I actually don't think he's ever smiled throughout the entire games. So, yeah, very nice detail there. You got the vein on the side of the head there, and the scar. In my opinion, I think Kratos is the only person in the entire world that can pull off just this as facial hair without having anything up here. I don't know what it is, but anybody else who has that, it just kind of looks... It just looks dumb. I think Kratos is the only person that can pull it off. Or God, I guess I should say. But, yeah, scar looks nice there, and the tattoo right there looks great as well. So, yeah, very nice sculpt on that, and I'm kind of scared to know. I wonder how easy it is to get pop his head on and off, which I will find out. Next thing he comes with is his blades here, which are fantastic. I really love the handles on those, and then the blades themselves. It would be cool if they lit up, but then I was thinking then they would have to be kind of bulky to do so, and they kind of do the effect themselves, because when it's like kind of goes like that, it's enough. Plus, when I take pictures, I have a app that I can add flames, so yeah. No, it's not a complaint. I'm just saying, like, I'm sure there is one out there that I don't know of that probably they light up. But then again, you would have to have some kind of like little battery thing, and it'd have to do this and that. So yeah, these look very nice. It's somewhat rubbery, which is nice, so it's not too stiff. You don't have to worry about snapping it. And yeah, very nice weapon. And just by looking, it looks like he would hold them fairly well. So I guess I will see. Next thing is his other shoulder armor here. Pretty sure that you put it right in here. They had it separate though in the box. I'm not 100% sure why they had it separate from him in the box, but yeah, it fits on there pretty well. Might take a little bit more to push in the other side, but I don't want to waste video just putting that in. I'll put it on off screen here in a little bit. Here is his other weapons, and I think that is the ones that I basically butchered there. This one here, which, the Neiman Ketis or Cetus, I'm assuming. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm not very good with pronouncing words like that. I probably should have looked it up before I did the review. But yeah, these look really good. I really like them. Surprised they didn't add a little blood on the front, but I mean, that's no complaint there at all. Just, kind of surprised that they didn't, but these do look very nice, and I will be seeing how well that they fit on his arms. So yeah. So next, what I will be doing is his articulation. But actually, before that, I'm gonna go ahead and show how well he put his weapons in his hands here. These here. So just want to do it on screen just to show how easy it is to get in there. Kind of in an awkward position since I'm doing a video, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that there. So somewhat difficult to get in. I don't want to like chip any paint, like make it so like when you do it continuously it'll be trouble. So yeah, those do stay in fairly well. You can make them like kind of put them down, and then you can push them back more in his hand. So holds that one very well. And I'm assuming he holds the other one just the same, but let's see. Okay. Alright, that one was a lot easier to get in. So yeah, he does hold those fairly well, and they look extremely awesome in his hands there. So yeah, next thing, articulation. So his arm goes up that much, somewhat hindered by this, and you don't want to make it go all the way up. Although this is somewhat rubbery, I feel like it could mess it up after a while. His arm can go up not very much there. On this one, it can go up a lot more, and you can swivel it all the way back. He does have a bicep swivel there. Pretty good articulation in the arm there, despite the armor, so it does not hinder it at all. Same thing with this one. Also has a bicep swivel that moves just the same. Head can fully rotate there. It can look up that much and look down that much. So not all that much, but good enough because you can put him back and make him look up. He also has a ab crunch and somewhat of a waist swivel. Actually, not somewhat of one. He does have a full-on waist swivel, which is very nice. And then his wrists do fully spin around there, and then they bend forward on that one, and also bend forward on this one. So yeah, and then leg can go forward that much, and go back that much, and go out that much. So basically, he can do the splits. He has thigh articulation here, and double jointed at the knee, and no boot cut articulation. He has somewhat of an ankle pivot, and his foot can bend at the toe a bit, and his foot can go back that much and up that much. One thing I have seen when I was looking at reviews of this is people have had problem up here with that, where they had it like snap off, so I am extremely scared of that, and I don't want to mess with his legs, putting them forward too much too often. So yeah, he does stand fairly well also. One thing though that I have noticed is that he likes to go back on one foot with mine. I'm not sure if that's with all of them, but he does stand fairly well. I'd say he's pretty flat-footed there with his sandals, so it does help a lot. Yeah, so I'm going to put this on here in a moment. And now let's look at size comparison. As always, here he is next to the Black Series Han Solo, which is precisely 6 inches. I would say definitely around there. They are smaller than Marvel Legends, and I'd say that is not a good size. That does not fit in with the size. Of course, if you want to take pictures with them like that or set them up with them like that, I guess it doesn't really matter, but to me, not very good size there. Next is the Marvel Legends Blade, which is a standard Marvel Legends Infinite Series size. I would say this is better. It is actually better than this because he is fairly shorter in the size. The width and such is better. So I think this would work, and keep in mind Kratos in the game is actually 6'6". So yeah, he's fairly tall. So this could work, I'd say, depending. But I mean, it somewhat works for me, somewhat doesn't. And here he is next to another NECA video game figure, Nathan Drake from Uncharted. I think this is perfect. Like, you can't get any better than this, and he is a 7-inch NECA figure, so obviously it's just gonna work. So yeah, perfect size there. But as I said, he does somewhat work with Marvel Legends, so if you wanted to pose him with that, maybe have him fight like, I don't know, Captain America, or definitely Hulk would be perfect fit in there with his size. So yeah, you can set those up and make it look okay. Here he is with his, what I'm just going to call him Lion Fist, so I don't murder that word anymore, which they do stay on fairly well. They don't, like, click in any sort of way, but they do stay on. Like, if you put his arm down, it stays on. So, yeah, I actually thought they would just slide right off, and you can move them fairly well without them just sliding off. So I do understand why they had this separate and be is capable of being taken off, is because this cannot go on there with this on. So, yeah. These do look great. I love watching in the game, as I've seen gameplays of using this, and it is a fairly intense weapon. Probably one of his best weapons, obviously, like these. So, yeah. I would like to say that I myself have never played God of War, and that might seem stupid to get an action figure of him, but I have looked into a lot with the lore, and I've watched a crap ton of gameplays of all the games, and I do hope to sometime get God of War 4. It's one of on my list of games that I want, but the other God of War games are going to be somewhat hard to get, as I would probably need a PS3. So yeah, that kind of sucks, especially God of War 3, which seems to be one of the best from what I've looked at. And here he is with his Blades of Athena, which stand fairly well and look awesome from the back, and as well as the front and side. So basically just kind of slide them in there, you know, whichever way you want to put them. You can put them like that, and then slide in the other one, and, you know, they stay. Just like that, and it works, you know. You just have to get them at the same height for it not to be, like, kind of weird looking. And yeah, and it actually looks like they're just chained on there. It has this thing down here for support, which helps, but it's not all that noticeable. So, yeah, pretty good there. Very happy with the way those go in. No confusing type stuff that you have to connect or anything like that. So, yeah, fairly easy and nice. Okay, so first things first, I will be doing this head sculpt here, which basically looks exactly the same as the other one, but it does have the open mouth, the snarling mouth here, which looks pretty great with the teeth, the angry teeth in there. So yeah, that does very nice head sculpt, and the heads are fairly easy to get on, not overly too easy, but just the right amount. You don't have to worry about them getting loose or anything. But yeah, so I already did this head sculpt at the beginning of the video. So let's go into here and the rest. So chest looks great. I got all that structure in there, you know, all the muscles. Got the scar down here, and then the tattoo that goes all around his arm and back there. So that looks great. His armor over here on his bicep looks fantastic with the nice, fresh, bright red blood there, the nice shine to it. And then his shiny forearm armor here, as well as the chains on there, and all that. So they did a pretty good job with keeping where it needs to be shiny, shiny, and where it shouldn't be shiny, not shiny. So that it looks great. The glove down here, the wrapping, looks great with all the paint wash. And then over here even, you got veins, and then you got, some more depth and realisticness in the muscle, which is very similar, extremely exact, I guess, not just similar, but exact to the game. So, and then I guess you'd call it the belt here, the nice paint wash and the symbols, really like those symbols there. And then the tunic part here with the nice ripples, which looks great. And it's got all the little scuffing here, and this is a nice kind of rubbery thing. And I was worried it was going to be stiff plastic, but it's not. So, yeah, really do love that. Bicep arm here looks great as well, with all the veins in there, and then the tattoo going around. And then you get the chains here, which look great as well. And then, again, with the wrapping on the hand. And then over onto the back, this doesn't need too much detail because you don't really see it when you have the blades on there. And then the chain has a nice paint wash and it's nice and shiny. On the back you have some tearing, which looks great on there as well. Nice paint wash in there. And then some more like paint wash, makes it look grimy and stuff right there. And then there you go with the wings. These are Achilles' wings on his boots. Achilles', I don't know how you say Achilles as like ownership. These are Achilles' boots, here. So yeah, definitely the top part of the boot, probably not the sandal part, I'm not completely sure, but yeah, so those wings look fantastic there, nice shiny gold look. The wrappings here and all the scuffing there looks great. And then those nice sandals there with the revealing of the Kratos toes. So yeah, and then you get this wrapping under here, which is kind of like a faded gray-ish color, which looks fantastic. So overall, great detail. There's a lot of it. Very, very happy with this figure. So yeah, detail is fantastic. Okay, so that is the review on Kratos from God of War 3 NECA 7-inch action figure. I would definitely give this figure a 5 out of 5. The only complaint I would say about this figure is my tiny complaint about this falling off of that, which is not really much of a complaint, and my other one would most likely be that he likes to lean back a bit. But he does stand fairly well, but certain positions he does not agree with. So that kind of sucks. And then his legs here I do somewhat worry about, as I know that most people have had trouble with this upper here. If you move it a bunch, it'll eventually somewhat wear out. So yeah, 5 out of 5. Fantastic figure all throughout anyway. And really love it. Happy to get this figure. Highly recommend it if you don't already have it. I hope to get the older Kratos from God of War 4 eventually, which is at a lower price than this one was. This one was like $40-something, but luckily I had an Amazon gift card. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.